You would join me in the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pastor Cook, would you do the invocation for us, please, sir?
Let's all bow, please. Father God, this is your day. This is the day that you have made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Lord, we ask you tonight for our leadership to be our vision, to help us to be able to do and see the future. And Lord, we pray, God, for our minds, that our minds will be on you tonight, that our business will be done decent, in order. And Lord, we pray for love for our community, that our community will love one another and help one another and be able to go forward in great things. We ask you these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Alderman McNeil, if you would call the roll, please, sir.
I'm in the wrong building. Aren't we all? Yeah, you change that to read up, boy. Change up a bit. All right, October the 27th. Alternate Muncie Johnson. Present. Alternate Judith Jones Coleman.
Present.
Alternate Shane Lynch. Here. Alternate Lynn McNeil here. Alternate Lady Tammy Porter. Yeah. Okay, Mayor, all the alternates here.
All right. Looks like we got a full house tonight. We hope y'all enjoy this meeting. At this time on our old business, we have a motion to approve the October 13th, 2025 regular called board meeting.
So moved.
You have a second?
Second.
A second. In discussion, board? If not, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Thank you. On our first new business of the day is something that I'm very excited about. And I know, board, I think you all are as well. And I kind of want to put you on the spot, but I would like for you to come forward. We're going to do this resolution. You're going to have to sweat a little bit, brother. And thank you, sir. Thank y'all utility employees for being here as well. So at this time, do we have a motion to approve this resolution 2025-08? It's a
Motion to approve.
it's a resolution. I think you're gonna get this passed, man. A resolution approving and authorizing Humboldt Utilities Authority to provide certain additional services.
So moved.
Now, we got a motion, a second? Y'all's didn't count. All right. Alderman McNeil, was you the motion?
I motion it.
Alderman Lynch, you was second. Now, board, any discussion?
Mayor, I did talk to Mr. Smith concerning this, and me and him talked for a while, because we got a letter about taxpayers and about this resolution. And what I read versus what's in here, what we voted on tonight, I am in support of it because it would give the taxpayers of the town options. And we need options. So I would ask the board to support it from what I read in the letter that was given to us. Then I did talk to Mr. Smith concerning it. And it would open up an area for the taxpayers here in Humboldt to have options on their internet. So, hey, I'm for it, you know. I don't know what the cost of it would be, I guess we have to get off into that later once we pass it, but we have confirmed that the state of Tennessee have given him the permission, COMP gave him the permission, TVA gave him the permission, the state of Tennessee is behind it, so I can't see the board voting against it, so I am in support of it.
Okay. Any more discussion, board?
Question.
Question being called. Well, if there's no more discussion, those in favor of the motion to approve Resolution 2025-08, a resolution approving and authorizing Humboldt Utility Authority to provide certain additional services, do so by saying aye. Those opposed, like sign. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you for the work.
Thank you, Humboldt Utilities.
When would all that be ready to go? When will people get an option to you?
So we're waiting on this vote tonight. This is the final vote. This has been about a 1.5-year process for us to go through. You guys were the last vote. Thank you so much for this. We have several staff members with us here tonight, including the board chairman as well. So all are in support of this. Our website will be available tomorrow at some point. You will be able to get on our website and you will be able to sign up your interest for broadband from us. It is not a commitment, it is just an interest. When the service is available in your area, then someone from our staff or our call center will call you and set up the right package for you and schedule an installation.
Good.
We hope to start installing at the first of the year.
That's good.
Yep.
I'm good with it.
All right.
Thank you for the work.
Thank you.
Thank you for the utility fees and the board coming out, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'd like to say, Alex and staff, it sounds like, what I like about this, it says certain additional services. So I believe y'all have got plans for certain additional services, so that's great. All right, thank you, and thank you all for being here in support. On our second item here tonight, at this time, do we have a motion to approve first reading of ordinance 2025-13? This ordinance is to amend the zoning ordinance of the city of Humboldt to create provisions governing mixed-use overlay, MUO, zoning districts. And so, board, we have somebody here tonight can explain that. And, but first I'd like to say, do we have such motion?
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. Now,
I'll second.
and, any discussion, and I don't know who's gonna, if there's questions.
How are y'all doing? Okay, so a few months ago, Amanda contacted Mike and I and just to ask if there was any way to add some flexibility out there at the property, the industrial park, north. It's zone B2, so you can do any of the standard. Yes,
Can we let everybody here know what property we're talking about, so they're familiar with it?
It's the retail frontage surrounding Tyson Boulevard. Yes. Thank you. It is, nope, upside down. So, this road is Tyson Boulevard.
We need to know.
I know, I'm showing them too. I'm getting there,
I
I'm
have
getting
some
there.
handouts if anybody want them.
This is Tyson Boulevard, this is the new Tractor Supply. This is the area we're talking about.
And Ms. Mann, and also on that, it's not all the park,
It's not all the park.
but it's
about 40 acres.
It's really the cream of the crop right
It
there,
is, it's about
isn't
40
it?
acres. We're still gonna have industrial property. This is gonna be retail, and hopefully mixed use. We can do everything out there that's interested at this point, from hotels to restaurants to retail establishments, big box stores. The only thing we can't do right now is add any sort of townhomes, apartments, or anything. And we're not talking apartments, we're talking what we want to add are really nice townhomes out there and make it a walkable property, so that we can put some parks out there and you can live and shop. If you don't want a yard, you can have 2 to 3 story townhomes and walk to. Hopefully you can get across the street if you want to get to Walmart, because there's already a walking path across there. There's already lights set up. You can go to Walmart, you can go to restaurants there, you can go to the restaurants on that side of the road. We're talking about building hopefully some pickleball courts and things like that out there. So it would make it a nice all-in-one location if you are older. We've had some comments from people who are older and say, yeah, I don't want to mow a yard. I'd like to be able to walk everywhere I go. They're doing this in Nashville and in Franklin and all kinds of places. We've never done it. I don't think there's one in West Tennessee except for the Jackson Walk, and it's not this big.
Ms. Amanda, is this a B2 now?
It's a B2 now. All of that's
Or an
B2.
M1? It is
Yes,
B2,
it is
okay.
B2. We rezoned
Well,
that. You guys
why do we
rezoned
need
it.
to rezone it then? Since it's B2.
It's B2, but we don't
have.
have, you can't do any kind of apartments or housing out. You can't do any townhomes out there.
I was gonna I'll go over
Go ahead.
that. Okay, so right now it's on B2, so you can just do your standard commercial uses. So we were looking for a way to create some flexibility. And so what we're proposing is, we're calling it mixed-use overlay. Kind of like a planned unit development in larger cities, but I don't know, this would be created with a few less steps in the process, a little simpler. But basically, your B2 district would still be there, but this overlay would be on top of it. If somebody wanted to do something out, if they wanted to rezone this property, they would come in and ask for the mixed use overlay, and we would even have this designation available for other commercial properties if it's the right situation. Anyway, but so if they would come ask you guys for it to be rezoned mixed use overlay. When they did this, they would have to provide a conceptual plan so y'all could see exactly what they're talking about doing. And if that plan looked pretty good and like it would be suitable for the area, y'all could approve that overlay. And then they would have to get their site plans for the individual properties approved by the planning commission. So if they made any substantial changes, they would have to come back and get it reapproved, both places, city board and planning commission. They would have a time frame, 3 years. If it wasn't completed, they would either have to get it reapproved or it would revert back to the B2, original B2 zoning district. If somebody else wanted to do, if it didn't work, if somebody else wanted to do a different proposal, they would have to come back and resubmit. So it would give the city board some control and oversight that they don't normally have on an individual zoning proposal. But that's kind of the trade-off for allowing this type of flexibility, like on this property or in the other districts. For instance, we're saying it would be allowed in any of the B2. It would be B3, HM, and M1. So any of those things, if somebody had a good proposal and they wanted to come in with the conceptual plan and present it to you guys, it could be considered. And if it wasn't a good proposal, y'all could turn it down. But if it was good, y'all could approve it, and they could have these flexible options. And in this mixed-use overlay district, in addition to the commercial uses, libraries, post offices, parks, residential uses, single-family, townhomes, multifamily. So you can mix all of this stuff in together. You would get, there's some leeway on the lot sizes built into the requirements. There's mandatory landscaping that would have to be included in their plans. We've tried to think of everything. I'm not saying we did, but we've tried. So I think the planning commission talked about this in 3 meetings. Y'all came and participated in the last one, and then they recommended it, and now it's here. So anyway, that's what the zoning part of it is. What y'all would be approving would be just to create this mixed-use overlay. So if y'all approved it, then they would still have to come back, present their conceptual drawing, and ask for it to actually be designated zone, this mixed-use overlay. But we're talking about just creating the district, is what we're talking about now.
Well, if it's already a B2, everything you said up under the B2 as it is right now, they still gotta come back for the planning commission and this board if they wanna do something out there anyway, right?
Well, it's
Oh, they
B2.
don't?
Well,
Cause it's a B2 zone now,
It's a B2
it's a
zone.
business
It's
zone.
B2, so there's businesses are allowed. So if
Right.
somebody, they'd have to do a site plan in front of the planning commission.
Right.
If they wanted to do residential, that's not allowed in B2. They would have to get it rezoned. So the only way they could do residential would be to leave part of it B2 and rezone the parts of it that they wanted residential. Would have to be like rezoned, spot zone, like R3 or something. That has to be broken up into different zoning districts.
You know, Donnie, I did ask the mayor, we don't, and he was explaining to me about that, industrial area right there. And this is not part of the industrial, right?
Right.
That's what I was trying to find out a while ago.
Well,
But I know we caught the blues on that interstate with Tyson, the commission, and county mayor. Matter of fact, Tom Weatherspoon was the county mayor at the time.
Right, right.
We had constantly meetings with them about that zone out there that come in. So
That's-
this property here,
that's not what's-
how far does it go back to FedEx?
It goes back to that little pavilion that's back there, the business park, basically to the old cul-de-sac. It goes to there on, oh, let me get up, sorry.
Well,
On this side, it goes back to that,
Okay.
to that cul-de-sac. That little wide area right there is cul-de-sac.
Do we give FedEx
Oh,
X
FedEx.
more room for, to expand?
FedEx has still got
gonna
plenty of room for
expand.
FedEx. They bought extra space. There's
Right.
they've got another 20 acres, I think, that they can
Did they?
expand, yeah.
is it
They're-
pretty much the same area that was rezoned to B2?
It's only the area that's rezoned to B2.
Right, so if you remember
It's
4 or 5
all
years
that
ago,
stuff.
they
We rezoned that
came in
area.
with the B2
Right.
rezoning, it's just that B2 area is what they're talking about.
And there's gonna be a new $5.2 million road,
Right.
at that cul-de-sac going out
Yes.
west, coming back to the bypass.
Yes.
It's gonna take all that pressure off of
The only
that.
thing that the B2
FedEx.
doesn't do for us is let us have residential.
Well, you won't put no residential out there, nobody, would you?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what the blue is.
What these are.
That's what the blue
But the
is.
same type of residential you're gonna put in there, right?
Yeah, it's townhouses.
Townhouses.
Yes, sir. But this doesn't allow, the B2 zone doesn't allow for that. So that's why we'd like to
Now, right,
encourage the mixed use overlay and then come back and ask you for permission to use it.
now, right there where Wyndham said, well, when you get the red light, you make a left. All that's included in there, right?
All that's included in there, all behind Wendy's and.
Right, go down
Right.
the side, Bradford
So that
Acres.
backs up basically to Bradford Acres. So there's already
Right.
residential next door.
Next door.
Because this backs up to Bradford Acres.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And what they're talking about is the residential would be between Bradford Acres and the commercial. It would buffer pretty well, putting the townhouse in between the Bradford Acres.
Don, let me ask you a question. I did ask the mayor, Mr. Shane, Alderman Lynch, just a minute ago. Right in front of J. Humphrey Smith. All that property right there. I was asking, why come ain't nobody pushing to develop that area right there?
It floods. When it rains, I've seen it flood so that it's over the road going toward Conagra Jail.
Right across the street.
Right, I've seen that road flood before, pretty bad.
So that's the reason
It doesn't
why
flood
they're
all the
pushing
time,
it.
but it has flooded when it rains a lot in a hurry. It could be built up.
Yeah, it can be built up.
It's
I
just
mean,
we've gotten so much on this, I just haven't
if
gotten
they-
to that point yet.
If they can be a Windy City Road or be a $1 million builders out there and build that school out there. I mean, when that flood, they should flood out.
Oh, sure.
And I saw them come in there, cause I was driving heavy equipment at the time, and they built all that up and started building subdivisions out there. That was a flood area.
Right.
Can we do the same? We could do the same thing
You can
right
build it
there.
up like we
Build that
did.
property up real good, but I don't hear no, I'm talking to the mayor and Alderman Lynch, don't nobody push that property. And that's the reason I'm asking.
I got a lot to push.
Huh?
I've got a lot to push, so I haven't pushed that yet.
But y'all push
Let me
this right here.
We pushed this right now, and
Right.
that's sort of been a lot of focus, but I can't focus on more than one. With the chamber, we do a whole bunch, so I'm trying to focus on one at a time so I don't get mixed up. But yes, we'll mix over to the others. As soon, there's a couple of other properties I want to push.
And that land is owned by an individual, that land is owned by an individual, too.
Yeah.
It is listed for sale.
Yes.
Mhm.
This is just owned by the Gibson County Commission, who has been pushing, who has given us permission to work this.
Here's my share of the county commission. Mhm.
Be nice.
Yeah, I'll deal with something. But that's good. I was just curious about that property, cause it's in a heavy traffic
It
area
is.
right there. I talked to the mayor and Alderman Lynch about it, and I didn't know who's what property, so.
It's got.
I'm just curious about it.
I think there's about 7,000 to 8,000 cars that go across there. There's about 20 that go past here every day.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any more discussion, board?
We got law.
Got Lyle?
I mean, I can add some more as well, just to kind of
Who's
encourage
that? Who's
everybody.
that? Who are you?
I'm Lyle Swingler. I'm representing the Riverstone Group, who is, we're responsible for the tractor supply that's going there now.
Right.
And I thought it'd be encouraging, just to encourage everybody about what's going on here. You know, through this process, we worked very closely with the chamber, with the IDB, both Gibson County and Humboldt. We've worked closely with Humboldt Utilities, the city. You know, it's been a wonderful process. I mean, and there is a lot of opportunity here about the thinking in the past to create this place and other places like this. Humboldt's got a very unique opportunity here, and if we do it right, the tax base, the things that can come from this, and we're starting to see some of that momentum started. You know, so this mixed use type of zoning is going to allow a lot more flexibility. It's going to allow people to kind of have a place where we can do a lot of commerce. You know, we're seeing a lot of opportunities with hotel groups, with restaurants. There's a lot of things now with the Tractor Supply. We're gonna see those doors open up by the first of the year. You know, there's a lot of activity that's gonna be happening in this area. So, one, I just wanted to encourage, I mean, it is, you know, when you have other contractors, other places that work all over the country, and they're saying it has been a joy to work here. It's been a team effort, and so what I want, and what we're asking is we need your help. We need everybody to help out with these type of things, because it's a big opportunity. There's hundreds of acres here, and you're going to see a lot of activity over the next 5 to 10 years. And so these small decisions that we're making today is gonna pay a huge dividend going down the road. And so, one, thank you, everybody. You know, I see a lot of faces that we worked with over the last couple of years, and we've got hopefully more coming. So, you know, this is really encouraging, and with Donnie's help and Amanda's help, you know, there's been a lot of effort for the last several years to get to this point. So, one, thank everybody, and I just wanted to encourage, you know, these type of meetings on that.
Okay. Oh, this time, if there's no more discussion, if there's no more, those in favor of such motion to approve the first reading, and Alderman McNeil, I'm gonna get you to do a roll call, okay?
Thank you, Ms. Wilcox.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna put a little pressure on you there, brother.
Yeah.
If there's no more discussion, those in favor of such motion to approve the first reading of this ordinance 2025-13, an ordinance to amend the zoning ordinance of the city of Humboldt to create provisions governing mixed-use overlay zoning districts. Go ahead, Mr. Leon. Let's do a roll call on this.
All right.
We want to show them how committed we are.
Humboldt Board, Marion Board of Aldermen. Should I do it right, man? Ordinance 2025-13. Alderman Monty Johnson?
Yes.
Yes. Alderman Lady Judy Jones Coleman?
Yes.
Alderman Lynch, Shane Lynch?
Yes.
Alderman Leon McNeil? Yes, I suppose. Alderman Lady Tam Porter?
Yes.
All right, Mayor, everybody agreed to the proposal.
All right.
Tw-
Board, that was a
25-13.
5-0 yes. And we'll have, the next board meeting, we'll have this public hearing and the second reading of such ordinance. So thank you. Thank you, board. That's gonna be a wonderful thing out there. When we get talking about 20,000 cars a day, that's a lot of people coming through our city. And we've got a police camera out there, and it's recorded 20,000 a day. And it has, usually it was about 16,000. That's one, either side, 32,000 on AM and PM, and it's really rolling out there. So, all right, so thank y'all very much. Next up at this time, do we have a motion to approve the Christmas bonus? Seems like it's awful early. Halloween's this week. Do we have a motion to approve the Christmas bonus for part-time city employees in the amount of $500 and full-time employees for $1,000? Do we have?
So moved, Mayor.
I'll second.
We got any discussion, board?
I'm gonna call for the question, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. If there's no more discussion, those in favor of such motion do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. And I know our employees will be tickled. This is, they all got families.
I'm gonna get my buggy out and start taking collection.
All right.
We may get breakfast.
I think some of our employees, I know they'll be very proud of that, and it really helps them a lot. And so, at this time, do we have a motion to approve the police department recommendation to promote Officer Shane Phillips to sergeant?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. In discussion, board?
Man, I heard that, from the other officer, Mr. Phillips been doing a pretty fair job. I don't see no reason to block the man, so I'm gonna call for the question, they're gonna vote for him. I got a good report on it. So
I have
to
too.
call for the question, we'll vote on it.
He come to play blackjack with me a couple months ago,
Blackjack.
and he beat me so bad.
How much money you lose, man?
No money, we can't gamble. We can't gamble.
I had to get you on that one, Mayor. I just had to get you on that one, that's all.
Cards were marked, huh?
Yeah, cards were marked. Anyway, we had a good time. We got to talk about a few
That's
things.
good, I call for the question.
Okay, question been called. So if there's no more discussion, those in favor of the motion to approve the police department recommendation to promote Officer Shane Phillips to sergeant, do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you for the job you did.
Up next, this time, we have Mr. Leslie Jones to discuss some issues. And at this time, Alderman McNeil, I would ask you to finish this meeting and close it. I feel a little nauseated, and I'm gonna pass it on to you, okay?
All right. Thank you, man. But wait a minute, we got a park board resident, that's a John for discussion. Okay.
I'm here, my name is Leslie Jones, I'm here this evening representing the Board of Parks and Recreation. First item we'd like to address with you would be the Boom soccer group that's trying to come here and set up the program here. We met, I can't pronounce his last name, his first name is
Caesar.
Caesar.
Pete.
Caesar.
Caesar.
Yeah, we all on the same page. Okay. Met with him on October 21st to finalize some things that the board had concerns about. I hate to really come at this time of meeting since everything's been so good with the proposals and stuff. Our news isn't good enough. We met with him, discussed some of our concerns that the board had, and at the end of the meeting, we decided to table it. And before we could get out of the meeting room, we had received a text that he was withdrawing his proposal to Humboldt. During the meeting, there was a couple of basic questions asked that he couldn't answer and then refused to answer some of them. And we just feel that it wouldn't be a good fit right now for Humboldt, and that we're asking the board to go along with our recommendation. We asked this to be continued, okay? And after, like I said, after the meeting, he insisted that they were pulling out, so he pulled out. But the disappointing thing, and the thing that kind of boxes everything in with him. Very shortly after the meeting, there were some things put on the media, social media, about how he was treated, and made some offbeat comments as far as we were concerned. Some of the simple things he refused to answer. He came with us that he was involved in a league. Come to find out that he wasn't. He sat in front of us on meeting night and told us he was. Then after a couple more questions, he just decided, well, no, I'm not, we're really not involved. If we got involved in this program right now, Humboldt would not even have a tournament or anything for another 2 years. The way he explained it was that the seniors groups that are already established get the first option for dates, and then that what's left over is what's passed out. The example he gave us was he does not have any dates for 2026. So he has no dates for next year. And if we're at the bottom of the list this year and next year, the chances are we wouldn't get any dates in 27. But he wants to come, use our facilities, and basically he's doing it for his professional team. Very little was discussed even about having the youth program with us. So we decided to table it, and our reasoning for tabling it was pretty sound. We're fixing to have an election here. The board might change. This board might say, no, we're not gonna have it. Next board come and say, yeah, we wanna bring them regardless of what you found through your investigations. So we just decided to present it to the next board, and he decided that he didn't want no parts of it. He's made a MOU with the school board, and I hope that they really investigate what's going on, because he's done it on some promises that the recreation board feels he can't carry out. He promised the school board some equipment, but that's on the school board, so we'll leave that alone. But our recommendation was overall to table it and bring it back in front of the next council, and he decided on his own to pull out. So as much has been said about this board rejecting Boone, we never told him no.
So, Mr. Jones, y'all never voted on this issue
No,
with him?
No, only thing we did, we voted to table it. Yes or no vote? No, we didn't. No, we didn't. After finding out a bunch of, I hate to call a person a lie, but I'm just gonna say a bunch of untruths that came out through our investigation that he couldn't answer, so we decided to table it, we're gonna present it in front of the next board, all right? Second thing we'd like to discuss with the board tonight is that we would like the board to consider, right now we are an advisory board to the council. And we would like to be moved from an advisory board to a steering board. And our reason is as follows. The purpose, this change would empower the board with greater decision-making and capabilities of allowing it to be more effectively plan, implement, and oversee recreational events in a direct benefit to the city of Humboldt and its citizens. As a steering board, members would develop to exclude long-term strategic plans for parks and recreation, apply for and manage grants independently, partner with local organizations and state agencies, make timely decisions on programming and maintenance and community engagement. Benefits of becoming a steering board. 1, access to funding opportunities. There are several hundred organizations that grant money to parks and recreation. And we think we would have more access to it if we were working more independently. Department awareness of environmental conversation with recreation grants, land and water conservation funds, community development, block grants, and National Recreation and Park Association funding programs. Those programs are available, and we could directly deal with them instead of going through different channels and having getting it done. increase community engagement. The authority and the board can respond more quickly to community needs for the development of inclusive programs that reflect the diverse interests of the city of Humboldt. Improve park infrastructures and services. The steering board can prioritize and implement certain capital investment projects in ensuring that the park and recreation facilities are safe, modern, and accessible. The conclusion to this would be the Humboldt Board of Parks and Recreation, from an advisory board to a steering board, will open up our opportunities in community recreation infrastructure, but also open the doors to partnerships that can significantly enhance the ability for our residents. And what it is, we do more things to get the city itself involved in parks and recreation. And the developments that can be done around the city is not being now. One of the things that dealing with Boone kind of pointed out, and I'm new to the city of Humboldt, but there are several pieces of property. Matter of fact, the board is meeting tomorrow evening to just go around and actually view the open property that's here that we're not using for recreation, that was set up and designed for that purpose. All right. We have another grant that we're working on right now that has been granted to us to a certain extent. It's the Blue Cross Blue Shield grant. And they're coming in, there's a piece of property on the backside away from the school, over in the school area, that's, there's been a grant that's gonna allow us to put a AstroTurf field over there. You know, it's gonna be usable for the entire city. There's still some discussion exactly where we want it, but right now it's there for us to take advantage of.
Well, Mr. Jones, one thing, I'd like to say thank you, appreciate your work on the board, appreciate you getting on the board. My thing I'm actually is, up on our charter that cover Humboldt State of Tennessee, when I got on the board, Alan Barker, Mayor Barker, they were having problems with the park, they couldn't get people to sit on the boards and stuff, but our state charter and state of Tennessee law said, Humboldt, Tennessee, the board of office to appoint 7 people for the park, board, and recreation. That's our charter. So we would have to really go back in here and try to work on the state law to change that charter for this. I'm saying, from what I found out about some of the stuff you're saying, I don't see why you can't do it now, up under the park, board, and recreation. Because by our charter, the charter said Humboldt Park, Board, and Recreation. So I'm saying now, what's stopping you all from the park board of doing this right here, what you're saying about changing anything? Because y'all got the power to do it. You got the power to write
Well,
grants.
that's been a,
No, hold on, I'm just asking the question.
No, that's fine. I'm
Can not you write grants now?
Well, we can't,
You
we can't
can.
write it, we have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can still got people,
Northwest is our,
right, to write grants and do all
people
this.
that do write our grants.
That can do this right here, everything you said, they can do it right now. Without changing the thing, that's one of the problems we run into once before about the parks and recreation, when they want to abolish it. They want to abolish the park and recreation. We had a mayor who said, let's get it away, let's do away with it altogether. I was on the board when all this went down, and I tell them the same thing I told you. When that charter said this is the way it needs to be done, we don't need to deviate from that charter. That's the law. They govern
Right.
us.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, what you can do now, what you brought to us, there's no stopping you. You can do that now. That's all I'm saying.
We might want to get an opinion on that from the attorney.
Let me say this, it's another thing that's involved in it also. Like when people rent the park, we should have our own line item for the recreate parks and boards. You know, the money that comes from that should go in our own account for the parks. We need that included too.
Well, we can ask Lawyer Camp about it. Lawyer
Okay.
Camp
Can I
Lawyer
ask a
Camp gonna
question?
say the same thing. The charter govern the city, don't it, Lawyer Camp?
Well, I need to look at it and just see what's involved in
And the
making a
charter.
change like that, but I've not looked at the charter on that.
On that, okay.
Jones,
But I can tell you what Sean
Well,
said. I looked at
the
it numerous
members
times.
of the city now.
Right.
We weren't sure. Now, of course, Councilman, excuse me.
Now, I agree with Ms. Porter
No,
on some
no.
things. Come on.
Kind of remind me of my man I was talking to
Come
the
on.
other night. Won't let me finish
No,
the
I'm
statement.
listening to you. I won't listen to you. Come on, Mr. Jones.
Alright, we weren't sure, okay, because we relatively have a relative new board, okay, with the exception of probably Ms. Porter and, Jerry, okay? So we weren't sure, and we didn't wanna just jump out there and do something, and then turn around and come in here like, where y'all think y'all can do that at?
Alright.
Okay, so that's why we put it in the form of which we put it in. So now that we have the, okay, is that how, am I supposed to interpret that?
No, we're just listening to
Yeah,
you
we
on
just-
this.
you
Okay.
get
We need a legal expert.
Right, I mean, after we get the legal view on it, then y'all.
Then I
come
get
back.
with the lawyer,
Okay.
a lawyer
Well,
can't,
let me ask you
you'll find in the
one
charter,
on
it's in
this
the
subject.
charter that governs the city.
Is it against the city laws, the charter, to solicit funds for parks and recreation
No.
from our, like, for example, the old gym over here, they do the city league, okay? And, there's a question about where we do want to start, and I wanna let the board know that too. Just because Boom's not flowing with us right now, we're not against soccer in the city of Humboldt. But to do that, we need equipment. There's no funds for it. And we discussed talking to some of the people here in the city about donating different things. For example, back down to the gym, we need a scoreboard, okay? And my wife has been involved in a business here for a long time. And I was gonna talk to her boss to see if they would donate the money to have the scoreboard put up and to have our soccer goals built. My question is there anything illegal about me doing that? Or about our board members doing that? Is there anything
Well,
illegal about that?
I would suggest that the board members don't need to be involved in soliciting stuff, but you can make soliciting, cause I was a part of the Humboldt, library board, we solicited, and they built and got a whole new section built on it. So it's depending on how you solicited funds, that's the key to it, how you solicited. Cause when I was part of the Humboldt library board, we solicited funding, but we had it set up, it was designated for one thing and one thing only. That was for that building, am I right, John?
We have a foundation that is
That
John's
foundation, right.
501c3 that does the fundraising for capital.
So we was.
We have a
was
foundation
soliciting.
as well as Friends of the Library too.
Yeah, friends of the library, so I do know, but just for just soliciting, I think you gotta be careful with that, cause you gotta give them.
I mean, that's what I'm asking. So
Yeah.
would I need to
I'd
go
let the
to
attorney
them?
figure
Yeah,
that out.
that, we got an attorney to tell you about
Since
that.
we're not
Come here,
legal
big
experts.
policy,
But some things we can't answer now. If you don't know about the charter that govern Humboldt, I can tell you about the charter from that.
I've got a copy of it.
That's soliciting and stuff, and I've been a part of the library and determining where we at the library and museum. I'm a part of that board, but we 501c3. I'm a part of other stuff. We solicit they 501c3. So if we out soliciting, that money goes directly to that. So for the board members that part, I don't know about that, about them the soliciting part for that. But now donation for something for the park, yeah, of course. I'd be glad to make donation to that, you know, cause it's gonna help the kids, benefit the kids and stuff, so.
I'm standing right outside with
Right.
I gonna say,
there are some things we need here in the city
Right.
that the board doesn't have access to, or doesn't have.
Right.
And, I mean, just like you ride around and all your baseball fields are empty.
Y'all on the.
Okay.
I agree with you, John.
And that gives people like Boom an opportunity to come and say, well, they can't take this, so we gonna come in and throw this out there. And sometimes there's nothing on that hook. They just throwing it out there, hoping we bite.
Get a bite.
And, that's just the way it's going. But I would need somebody to give me something in writing that allows me to do something. We keep waiting, and time is passing us all by. Time is passing us all by. And the longer we wait, the harder his job gets, because these kids don't have anything to do. And what? Empty heads, their workshop, okay? Let's take some of the pressure off of him and the city itself by just developing programs within the city that can help our young people. Another thing that Boom got under my skin about, the way they were talking, they were gonna bring kids in from Milan, all the little towns around, to play soccer here, and included nothing for the Humboldt children. And when I look to getting on this board, my commitment is to the kids of Humboldt. Okay? That's where I'm coming from, all right? We have to do something to help these kids here in Humboldt. And we can't do it if our hands are tied and not have any input on any final decisions that's gonna be made. Because we're the ones out here investigating, okay? And like I said, I don't know what the school board did. They really need to sit down and look at that MOU or MU or whatever they call it before they sign off on it. Because there were some promises made in there that I don't think he's gonna be able to live up to. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Jones, for being concerned about the parks and board. Thank you for being on the board. Thank you so much. At this time, is there any concerned citizen? Any concerned citizen?
There is not.
If not, I'm gonna call for the board to, wait a minute, before I adjourn. I do want to set a lawyer count that I want, if you would, please, have that charter to get, for Mr. Jones, we can have the next board meeting, where he have the show weather
All right.
for the park board.
Be glad to.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. If there's no more, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Jane Lynn, Alderman Lynn, made a motion to adjourn. We adjourn.
We gotta get a second?
We need a second.
Julie did.
Julie seconded, okay. Okay.